Hello everybody, this is Adrobiel. Welcome once again to another StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm video. This time around I am recording my first ladder match of the season. I haven't done my placement matches, so what I've decided to do is, just like Husky did, I'm recording all of my ladder placements to see where I get to and also see where I'm going to need to make some improvements in my future games to make sure that I can maintain a much higher rank. Last year I was gold. I'm hoping to try and at least get to silver and move up from there. So I was a bit worried being my first game because I have had ladder anxiety for so long, so I've been playing a lot on unranked instead. So I'm a little wary of whether I'm going to get like proxy cannoned or whatever. So I'm a bit worried when I first don't scout on 9, so I go to scout on 13, but I make sure that I run around and check that there is no proxy. Just going to speed things up a little. There's not much going up on here with Protoss as always. So yeah, here I go, plop down my first gateway and just checking around for that proxy pylon, which doesn't exist, so fortunately for me, it's not something I have to worry about. I've been playing around with this build quite a lot, with both just getting one gas at the start to getting double gas straight away. It's just a bit of working it out for me so far, because I found that if I get two gases really early, I delay my cybernetics core. As you might have seen in my last video, I did something very similar. But yeah, so here I go, getting my cybercore nearly straight away, and then I go straight into building my assimilator here. Meanwhile, I come down as to scout him. I come through and I actually see that he's only just building his gateway, and it's only just completed, whereas mine finished quite a long time ago. So at this point, I feel like I'm fairly safe and that he's probably a fairly new player. So I just go ahead and continue my build, going with my Oracle Harass. He's scouting around here. He doesn't go up here to see my pylon, but he tries to do something sneaky and plops his pylon right there. So this is where I freak out a little. I'm like, oh, better get that stalker out straight away. I did skip my zealot because I did see that late gateway, so he's not going to have a lot of early pressure on me. So I've got my second gas up now, getting a lot of gas, so that way I can build my Stargate, which goes up quite soon. I really should have waited to kill that so he didn't see it, because when you check the vision, he does actually see up there. I didn't think about that when I actually put it down, but you get that. I thought I might be able to just get it out, but as you can see, he just barely gets it. He doesn't actually notice that Stargate, or at least know how to deal with something like that, so he probably feels that he's fairly safe because he actually goes ahead and does a fast expo. Little does he know what's coming. So I want to get that down straight away, just in case he does get warp gate straight away, which he is chrono boosting currently, so he can get into my base straight away. I got myself supply blocked here. That's another issue. Quite often with me, I forget that third pylon, and yeah, that really knocks back my production. So thankfully he didn't really have anything coming at me, because otherwise I would not be able to block the ramp with the sentry that I'm building. So Stargate up now, I throw a chrono straight into my first Oracle. Oracle's an amazing unit. As you can see, they do... Okay, I can't check their attack yet, but they do mass damage against light units, which workers are. So they actually take them out really quickly if you don't expect them or have an answer for them straight away. They will absolutely demolish workers. I'm not really good at getting HOTS units, which is why I've been working on a build like this. I do always forget to build my mothership core. It's not really a big issue in this map because I just end up taking full advantage of the Oracle, taking out as much as I can. I haven't actually realized at this point that he has that second expansion until I get this probe in. And then I realize that, yep, I'm really safe. I can just go to town on his workers and there's not going to be much he can do. Meanwhile at home, I'm taking out that probe, building up a force so that once enough damage is done, I can see if I actually have enough army to go and take out his forces and finish the game. I've cut back on workers because I've wanted to make sure I can spend enough money on my forces, because I wanted this to be a quick game. I didn't want to have to go into expansion mode. So as you can see, just comes in, takes out all these workers. I can check damage now. They do 25 versus light, over 15 normal damage. So already he's at 10 kills and just absolutely demolishes those probes. And this is where I see where he's going for a Templar Archives, which it looks like he's a bit unsure of what exactly he wants to do for a build. But being a bronze level, I can imagine it's fairly tough if you've only just started. So I start to put a proxy down here so I can move in on my base, or move in on his base, sorry. I did notice that he didn't really have didn't have much of an army at all. So if you look at the kills tab here, I killed 13 of his workers, so he's got to be hurting right now. Especially since his expansion isn't up, and that's really cost him in regards to army composition. So I just come in and easily take on all of this. Meanwhile, I do go for an expansion at home just in case. I figured I'd better try and keep my macro going, as it's good practice for the later games. Wow, my sound is really cutting in and out there. I hope that's not coming up the record as well. I run away with this because I really didn't see. They can actually solo a Stalker if you catch it early enough, but he didn't have enough energy to start attacking, so I just decided to run him away. Meanwhile, coming back with my army to come in the front end. Now, he did a really smart thing here, which was actually a fantastic idea. He used the Photon Overcharge on his Nexus, so it's just hitting my units. So I just decided to back up just in case that does too much damage, because that actually does quite a lot of damage. I don't know if it'll actually tell me here. Nope, but it's enough. So I just hang back and wait for it to die down. In the meantime, I just continue my expansion and continue on my merry way, building a Void Ray, because when you go Stargate early, it opens up being able to throw Void Rays straight into your army composition, and Void Rays are a lot better since they have been upgraded in HOTS because of their ability. Let's see what has come out so I can show you. Prismatic Alignment. It basically makes +6 damage versus armored units for 20 seconds. So that actually does massive damage against Stalkers. So when you have them with your army, they just demolish Stalkers, Immortals, anything. So they're pretty much an essential unit in PvP now, as opposed to just massing Colossus like they used to. And that's when he GG's. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I hope some of you learned something from this. I certainly learned a lot of things about my own play. Basically forgetting workers a little bit, missing my third pylon wasn't very good. I've got to get my timing down right for my gases. But that's all stuff I'll work on in my further placement matches, which I will also record and broadcast as well to see if I've made any improvements. There was something else I was going to say. Yes, apologies for the sound issues. I don't know if you are hearing this in the video, but I certainly heard it when I was recording it. It was just a lot of cutting in and out, so I'll try and get that fixed for next time. So once again, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you next time. This is Adrobiel, and good night.